To interior, keeping us safe, let's stop it, ground for all our the people bringing safety to your door. Stopping crime and making peace for them before. Come stop all Liberia. From the center to interior, keeping us safe, let's stop it, ground for all our
Gabriel had to go see to the main store.
So the man wanted for you to go steal from the web post store.
Yeah. He said, I'm going to go steal to the web main store to they get money into the store. They will go take it from there. I said, my man, how many bars for the same leisure?
Then how can the police catch you now?
The police people. Before the man called me back, that was on the 18th. They more.
The same man now?
Yeah, the same man.
The same man who want for you to go steal?
Yeah, he called me on the 18th.
Yeah.
Now in the night, around about 8:30, the man called me. He said, oh, my man, I'll let you be there and call you back again.
So that time you go to work?
I go to work.
Before your working place, you come to the man?
Yeah, I'm from to my working area to Clarence to now go to the man.
To go steal now?
No, I'm not go steal. I go Steve. I go to yeah. How you question me, man? The thing you want for me to explain for you to understand, then still questioning me, doubling the question. How many talk clear now?
Okay, let's go now. I beg you, sorry.
I say.
When they call you in the night.
When they call me in the night.
Yeah.
He asked me, say, how many of you are working to the area? I say we are 3.
He told the message you're 3.
Yeah. So he said, I want to give you tea to carry to the.
The message you want to give you what?
Tea. Hot milk tea. Hot milk tea.
Oh, milk tea?
Yeah.
For you to drink?
With bread.
The bread.
3 pieces of fruit bread.
With egg inside?
With egg inside. My butter. So when I carry it to the man, say carry to the man. When you give it to the man, then you must come back to the car.
So the fool make you now, you carry that so you can go convince your friend now.
Yeah. When I give it to the man, the man say thank you. I say okay. The man say, oh, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going right. So one of my friends called me.
Yeah, the same man you going to now.
Yeah, the same man.
The man tell you say he want for you to go steal.
No, yeah. So when I go to the man, he say clean the car. Then they are 2 now.
In a jeep.
In a jeep. Then they are 2.
A big jeep.
Yeah.
That one.
Black BG, photo G. Yeah. So when I clean the car now,
air condition all inside.
No, Papa, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the water now. You can judge people.
Just answer the question, sorry.
You can judge people that can come here.
No, I'm a journalist. I'm begging sorry.
The way you talk in the question, can I say when I move from here I'll free? Can I say when I move from here I'll free? You said one talk again. I wanted to make a whole talk clear to you, but you double in the question. Hi, land looking, hi, looking. Then you want force another more word there again. Why not belonging to the talk? I'm not going to talk again. And said they call me to the office. I go explain.
I think you explain to me that you come to get fair. You say you carry the tea to the man. After you carry the tea to the man, you come now. So what next now?
And for me, I'll not fair.
Nobody, you getting very. You say asking you too much question. Hey, there's speaking with egg and bread. Okay, sorry. I say sorry now. Okay, sorry. If you I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
When I give you answer now, then you.
Okay. Explain again. I'm not asking you no more question again. Okay, that's why now.
Go to school. The English say I need the English.
Okay, sorry. I say sorry now. Sorry.
See, Ali, you take. You take.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
I can take time
to explain. Yeah, okay.
For the next 13 days, I will keep you crying. And you're crying all over the place. What I will continue to do, I've already succeeded in completely demoralizing your base. You're just crying all over the place. I haven't even started. I'm just warming up. How dare you, foolish, desperate people, talk about rescue country. Joseph Boga even rescued himself. So when you pass it around, oh, cost this, cost that. Where were you when I raised him up left and right to feed him and fly him from hospital to hospital? Where were you all sitting there talking nonsense? Talking about because I ain't got no integrity. I didn't have integrity when I was feeding Joseph Boagai, your God. bunch of ungrateful people. Have you heard Joseph Barker deny that I was raising money left and right to feed him? Have you heard him deny it? He will never deny it because he knows it to be true.
So when you never going to raise salaries for Barker. Yeah. Because I want to practice. I'm not creating something because I want to do that. I'm creating something because we said yesterday, one president will never but the truth is, I want to know we encourage them to get the whole of but I will speak because people exactly the formula of passing the road in my home. Spend my own money to bring him to our because we thought the road yesterday was going to be breaking me. I had no regret to vote against 1% here. But the people that are going to power will regret why I have to vote for them again. This country is a better place and will be a better place.
Yes, sir.
Because there's money in the country that we can make for, we don't need money for outside.
So,
But we don't want to empower people here. You say that I'm not leaders. We have become lawbreakers. We have become criminals. We put all the money in the budget for ourselves and leave them out. I want to challenge some young lawbreakers. Some people say they want to do it up. They're breaking all the law. The law is breaking the law, but they don't hold on. You know why people want to hold on? Because they want to increase the time and stay there too short. You cannot be a gangster, then you want to rock. You cannot be a lawmaker that disrespecting the law that we made ourselves. Then you say you want to spend that time, then you waste your time. Nobody that can be for the government equal to me. But when we get people, it's not happening again, it will never happen. The only thing they are there for, when last people from the government even say, people, don't know that we are saying, 1% I want to go in law. But they said that over there is what they are family people because they need hope. And the person that needs hope, and the person that people say they want it, we implore our family people. We are happy. Because it is a time to be happy. It is no other time when the country is not better. It is every time when the country is better. And we give this as a challenge to all of you. 2029, we may be qualified for the presidency. Well, we will come here and say, Brother Sacraments, you people will have to appoint the commissioner for Sacraments.
When they were coming, they said they were free now. When they were coming, they said they were
Oh, yes, indeed. What a great day. What a wonderful and pleasant Thursday morning it is from the nation's capital in Monrovia. Streaming live from the center of Kiri and Kalasco. This is Freedom 87.9 People's Radio. Good morning, good morning, Liberia. Good morning, just wherever you are this morning. By the way, we'd like to welcome all of you to yet another intriguing conversations around some of the most critical happening in our country. Good morning, Liberia. Good morning, just wherever you are this morning. Good morning to our friends, our fans, and our followers. To those of you in the diaspora, it's always a good thing to have you join us for conversations about the issues without fear nor favor. We speak truth to power. Too many things to talk about, lots of things happening in Liberia, and of course, this is where you get the analysis of those issues, plain and simple, without fear. We speak truth to power. And yes, indeed, we are back. Today promises to be very, very politically charged, engaging, and of course, yes, indeed, we have a guest today. We have a discussion today. You know, what we saw happen in Mangibi is not something to pass over. It's something to ask the necessary questions to understand how. And that is new. We have to ask questions about the unusual, especially in our politics at the local level. What we saw in district number 3, compound 27, division 27, sorry, in Mangibi County. There's one young man at the center of it all, Sekou Kalasco Damaro, aide to former President George Manenwia. And of course, Sekou is going to be my guest here this morning to talk to us about Mangibi County District number 3, and of course, the endorsement and petition by his people.
Freedom fighter, you killing our children. Freedom fighter, you destroying our.
So yes, at 8:30 this morning, Sekou will be here. Expected to be right here, and we're going to have a very long conversation. We talked about Mangibi. We talked about his boss man, his political leader, his father, George Manenwia, and the CDC. Prediction of a 2029 return. Is that a mere belief? Is it born out of a strategic political survey report? Or is it rested on internal party strategy? Where are they drawing the confidence from? Where is the CDC drawing the confidence from? Kalasco will take our question on that. And of course, engage the start on some of the training issues in the country. Politics, governance, the economy, comparative analysis to what they did, plus what is happening now, especially with the folks that came to rescue from what they believe the likes of Sekou and the CDC administration was doing wrongly. What is Sekou's assessment? 2 years down the road, infrastructure economic revitalization. What does the gray sheet looks like for Joseph Newman Boakai from the perspective of Kalasco's evaluation? Right here on the big station, Freedom 87.9. But just before Seku walks in, we're going to have discussions around attempts by Unity Party to expel Yake Koluba, district number 10, Montserrat County. It has reached a point where we have to say a thing or two. Drawing from all we're seeing, as it appears very clearly, and it looks very certain that the ultimate objective of whatever's happening now is for Yeke's expulsion. Bring it up for you right here on the big station, plus other issues and updates on happenings in Liberia. And of course, my name is Abu. It's always a good thing to be here. Keep sharing the show, dropping your comments and reactions to all, and just anything that matters to you this Thursday morning in the country. That's all you have to contribute. Share the show, whether you're on the YouTube or the Facebook. And drop your reactions. Of course, we're going to recognize and read them out right here for you this morning. Congratulations to all of our friends that might be celebrating some occasion or the other. Thanks for joining. Bash of our theme song, and once we come back, we run through the issues right here making news in Liberia. When they were coming, they said freedom. When they were coming, they said they were liberated. But when they came here, they changed their mind. When they came here, they changed their mind. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. What kind of people? They are freedom fighters. You freedom fighter, you play in our women. They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter, you play in our children. They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter, you destroy our country. They are freedom fighters. Ayo. I cried for many years in every conflict you know, you can see. So if you see crying for it, don't take your head on your authority. Really can't take care of it. One step out here for us, when you set up to your door, whether you win or you go. If you see it, you must have better you check it. Whoever said it, if you see it, don't keep it. You must have to report it. People bringing stuff to your door. Stop it and make it before them before. Stop Liberia from the center to interior. Keep it outside, let's stop it for all of our. The people bringing safety to your door. Stop it and make it before them before. Stop Liberia.
on the second to inferior. Keep it outside the stopping ground for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bring safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stop it right and make it before them before. Crime Stopper Liberia. On the second to interior, keep it outside the stopping ground for all of us. The people bring safety to your door. Stop it right and make it before them before. Stop Liberia. On the second to interior, keep it outside the stopping ground for all of us.
Okay, Crime Stopper Liberia, folks, welcome. What a good, and I'm like the debate, particularly as everybody is way just as doing the illegal removal exercise of the speaker, Honorable Funati Kufa, as everybody was in their opinions, some from civil society, some from the lawyering background, some from just the general public, right, of experts in different fields, passionate and concerned Liberians were speaking out about the legality or illegality, if you may, of what was going on then. A similar thing is happening today. But then the consistent question becomes the ear to listen. Do we have an ear that's listening to these views, that evaluates these views and mainstream them into critical national decision making? Do we have a space? Do we have an environment that permits that allows that to happen? Is that the Liberia we have today? That remains a question that all of us need to find some answers to. Judging by what happened with the Funatikofa situation, to the point where even the Supreme Court's opinion was being dishonored, disrespected, and of course, paced on. One will surmise that yes, we could express our thoughts, right, grounded in the law as much as we can, but it is of no significance to the class of people in governance today. They are reckless, they're useless, they're good for nothing, they're abusers of power, right? They are disgruntled elements, right? That's the nature, that's the characteristics. But anyway, folks, we'll come to that. We'll come to the Yaki Kolobati, we'll talk about it just before our guests come at 8:30. But just a few updates. On yesterday, we visited the Liberia National Police headquarters to meet and see the condition of our student art activists that were wrongfully arrested on baseless grounds. And so it was clearly established by lawyers representing the young people, numbering about 30 of them, right? It was clearly established that there's no actual basis for state arrest of these people, least to talk about prosecution, and that the state was going to go nowhere, and because the state cannot be pursuing matters squarely based on the emotion of an individual, and in this instant case, Gregor Coleman. And listen to some of what we heard in the corridor yesterday of the LNP. That the senior management of the LNP was that how the children will organize protests on April 14. It's like they were jittery. They were afraid. They were afraid by the fortitude of the young students to dare take action on April 14. And so that formed the basis for treating them in the manner and form they did. But guess what? They've all put themselves on record of human rights abuses and abuse of power. Clear abuse of power. These young students, some of them were They step on their head, beat them with baton. For what reason? A Guantanamo Bay style of torture was meted against these students. We went there, we saw them, we identified with the folks, and then subsequently, as every arrangement was being done for the release, and when we were certain that they were going to be released, we left the situation at a point where they were just basically, putting them, and eventually the students got released. Thanks to everybody that stood up for justice, stood up for human rights, stood up against dictatorial tendency, challenged the status quo to ensuring that these students were released, and they've been released. This has only made the police to look useless and irresponsible. That's exactly what it has done. But again, it's going to keep happening because the police is being headed by, a partisan, a politician, so to speak. Guess what? This man says the country is safe. He has provided security in the country. But yesterday at CEO, a group of young people announced themselves, sponsored by Gregory Cuomo, to be, security for him. I mean, this is the most absurd, the greatest absurdity of the 21st century is what we heard. The Inspector General of Police, the head of policing in the country, is putting hungry citizens together. They say Gregory Cuomo protection. Say Gregory Cuomo's life is at risk, so we will protect Gregory Cuomo. They thought to even finance and sponsor something like that says a lot. Says a lot. The greatest protection that Gregory can have for himself is to run a professional policing institution. You don't need to organize young people to say, "Oh, you'll be protecting me," and it is also revealing of a deep, and revelation. Has Gregory lost trust in his men to the point where he has to rely on young people organizing a kind of militia for Gregory Cuomo's defense? Anyway, that's another comment. But just to let you know, the men you're depending on to provide security for you in the country, the men say the young people them will be here on security. So it seems like the men cannot even trust the gun-toting people around here anymore. They themselves are displeased, they're not happy, so they could likely surrender him at any given point in time. So he has to be putting some money out from all these useless police operations that they're instigating around the country to exploit and get money. So he has to be throwing some of these monies around. But that is that, right? So the students are out. The chairman of the CDC COP is out. Comrade Fode Massacre is out. The Scrum Man. And there were lots of efforts exhausted in the background by the opposition CDC that I know of. In fact, there was a whole team around the corridors of the Temple of Justice. There was a whole team, crack team set up. So some of you would think, oh, the opposition are working, blah, blah, blah. But look, things are going on. Don't panic. Just remain steadfast. Don't panic. Don't be afraid. These buggers can't do a thing in this country. They'll be chased out. And you understand? So, but that is that. And then let me run you over what is happening to your country money. A beautiful summary presentation has been done by the Liberian investigator that pin clearly the pictorial, the symbolic, and explanation of exactly what the whole draft supplementary budget looks like, what the spending interpret as, who's going to benefit what does it mean for PSRP, and what does it mean for recurrent expenditure, and all of that. Making the news simple. Now, Liberia draft supplementary budget fiscal year 2026. A sector-by-sector examination of a US $45 million budget through the lens of public interest and fiscal accountability. So the paper is looking at this from the standpoint of public interest. How grounded is public interest in the allocation of the $45 million supplementary budget versus and also fiscal accountability. Now, fiscal year 2026, Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, mfdp.gov.lr, US $45 million total supplementary envelope. Approved budget plus supplementary equals 1.2947 billion. The total for fiscal year 2026 year-on-year growth. US what? Sorry, I'm trying to get this. Okay, so year-on-year growth, US 414 million. That's plus 47%. Right? That's plus 47%. Okay, so let's move to the next slide. Where does the US 45 million come from? It's important. So, fellow librarians, it's important for you to understand where that money is coming from. It is not, nobody should tell you, say, oh, Baka not bring money, Baka go. No, all Baka trip we had were all useless and unsuccessful. So it's important for us to know where the money is coming from, even though there's a debate in the public. And of course, we're going to have Benedict here sometime next week to run us through these numbers and data, right? But as per what is reported and quoted here by the paper, the World Bank budget support, US 40 million, according to the government, is coming from the World Bank budget support from undisbursed fiscal year 2025 World Bank donor or budget support. You understand? So 2025, there was a World Bank budget support. So 40 million excess was there. So that is included within this supplementary budget. And then there was the US 5 million. According to the government of Liberia, the US 5 million is domestic revenue surplus. So in 2025, there were a domestic revenue surplus. That means the revenue generated domestically, we got more money than projected. So that 5 million surplus out there, that's what they're trying to spend now, because under the PFM law, the finance minister cannot just expend these monies on his own. He has to go back to the legislature, and that's the process the government is in. Critical note: nearly 89% of the new funding is donor dependent. A single delay or withheld World Bank disbursement could unravel a quarter's worth of government program. Liberia's fiscal reliance remains structurally fragile. Now, what does that mean? You listen to the sources of the supplementary budget, where the 45 million. About 89% of that money, the highest chunk, 40 million of that comes from donor support, the World Bank. So the paper is saying, in the event where World Bank has some kind of structural administrative problem and they cannot make timely disbursement, then all the program that government has earmarked, all of them will go via Momo. So the sources are contingent. They are contingent, revenue in this instance. So anything can happen. Possible it come, impossible it doesn't. Possible something happen, World Bank make a U-turn or something slows, and then what happened with the commitments and all of that. Thereby, living and maintaining that the reliance right? As a country and as a government, our heavy reliance on on donor support, yet still, and not engineering innovative strategy to make money for the country that's more guaranteed, right? Leaves a fiscal space structurally fragile. In a simple term, it means this government of all the broke people in the country are doing very little to guarantee, fiscal stability for Liberia. We're still relying on windfall and gratuity, goodwill gestures. So for this old man of over 45 years of governmental experience and connections and contacts to still be here and not knowing what to do to generate a guaranteed revenue for the country and still relying and acting like a role key in governance and leadership is worrying for the country. So maybe the University of Liberia could be expecting boss, and the chiefs could be expecting boss, and all the other people that they have promised, the education sector, the volunteer teachers and health workers could be expecting that something will happen for them. If World Bank does not, or if World Bank has some sort of issue and they do not remit the $40 million, all that thing will crash. So they are government uncertain. Now let's go down further. Domestic revenue, 91.3% of total of the US 1.182 billion, right? Domestic revenue accounts for this amount. External revenue accounts for US $112 million. It's 8.7% of the total 2026 budget, inclusive of the supplementary. Now, US 414 million, which is plus 47%, accounts for the year-on-year budget growth. Right? Let's move to the next slide, which is even more interesting and explanatory. Who gets what? Now, in spite of the shaken nature of the money and the source, but let's see how the over 45 years experienced old man has made decision on this. We talk about it all the time, but it's important that we come back again so that you know for yourself and know whether the government is working for you or is working for themselves, whether the government is truly committed to accountability or the government is operating under shady atmosphere. It's important. Who gets what? Right? All 10 sectors. Public administration, guess what? US 11.4 million. That's 25.3%. Right? Public administration for the government people. Health sector gets 10.9 million, 24.3%. Education, 7.3 million. That's 16.2%. Infrastructure, 7.2 million, 15.9%. Security and rule of law, US 5.1 million, 11.3%. Social development, that one that comes to you directly to benefit you. Social development, see what the government put there for social development. US 1.0, US 1 million. 1 million that year, our government, that's just 2% of the total money. 2%, 2.3% of the total money, right? And all the other ones, supra, goes directly to government. So the government people eating that one, right? Local government, 1 million, right? 2.2%. Agriculture, 0.5 million, 1.1%, right? That's 500,000. Industry and commerce, US 0.5 million, that's 500,000. Energy and environment, US 0.08 million. Yeah, at least in that man will remain forever and ever. Amen. Let it just say amen. Energy 0.2%. Not even what have you. But this is where we are. Security and rule of law. You listen to the breakdown and all of that for you, just to remind you on it. Nothing for public works, nothing for LEC, right? Nothing much for agriculture, nothing much for healthcare. And this is the rescue government. Now, let's come back now to our Yeke Kolubatu. Like I said, too many people have been weighing in, ranging from lawyers like Atiewon say Gongulo, to Anthony Garrison Yelu, to civil society, Anderson Mame, and and a host of others. So yesterday was the hearing, the committee hearing into Yeke Kolubas as part of the due process as required. But what I want us to know is that the rescue government is clear, is determined for one objective. And that objective is to remove Yeke Koluba from the legislature. You understand? First of all, Yeke Koluba was elected by the people. And the law is clear on how and why Yeke Koluba can be removed, so to speak. As much as he's elected by the people, the law says, the rules of the House says, misconduct within the House or in the Parliament, behaviors that disrupt the ability of the House to function, such as violence, interrupting proceeding, shouting, or physically obstructing the speaker, etc., under the House's rules can constitute a ground for a lawmaker's expulsion. You understand? 2, disloyalty or sedition. Making seditious and disloyal statements that endanger national security can lead to expulsion. That's according to the House's rules. But then these will have to be established. It has to be established. You understand? Breach of ethics or code of conduct, violating strict parliamentary codes regarding integrity, standard, and professionalism, especially those that cause damage to the integrity and reputation of the House. 4, absence without permission. Failing to attend regular sessions of the House for a specified period without approval from the presiding officer or the Honorable Speaker could land any lawmaker into trouble of expulsion or removal from the House. This is important for citizens to understand. This is important for Liberians to have an idea on and be up to speed with. Because, we are almost in a Janjaweed style leadership right now. Janjaweed. Nothing is happening by the law. Nothing is happening by common sense. Everything is just happening by political and desperation for trying to make oneself to look like a god in the country and whatever. And I think this is dangerously troubling for our country. But again, this is where Mr. Bwaka is taking Liberia. This is exactly where Mr. Baga is taking Liberia. Do you understand? Okay. So let me see. From what Councillor Terence Gonglo has written about this, he wrote a commentary. And the title is a commentary about Councillor Terence Gonglo, Senior Counsel, Supreme Court of Liberia, former Solicitor General of the Republic of Liberia, human rights lawyer and lecturer in law and politics at the Louis Arthur Graham School of Law. He says law, power, and confusion. The Yeke Koluba impeachment or expulsion misstep. This is a lawyer, and you listen to the profile. There's a country of law. So don't support your emotion. One thing, I am not a fan of Yeke, right? But again, this is a country of law. Liberia is once again confronted with a movement that tests our understanding of law and governance. The communication from the Inspector General of the Police calling on House of Representatives to take action against Honorable Yeke Koluba for treason is not only misplaced, it is legally unsound and constitutionally dangerous. This is what Councillor Gonglo says. Let us be clear. If the Inspector General believes that Honorable Koluba has committed treason, the law provides a straightforward course: arrest, charge, and prosecution before a court of competent jurisdiction. The law did not say the plenary of the house or any of the chambers. No. The law says in matters of treason, you should arrest the person, charge the person, and prosecute them. Where? Before a court of competent jurisdiction. Now, the regime holds that Yeke comments were treasonous, but the regime is bypassing the law because apparently through the legal processes, the regime cannot produce or avail substantive backing for those allegations. So they could use a political theater to achieve a personal political goal of bringing one of themselves down, one of their own down. Treason is a criminal offense. It is not a political accusation to be resolved through impeachment or expulsion, right? Expulsion and impeachment under our law are political punishment, right? They are political punishment. They are not criminal punishment. The law is clear on criminal punishment. So you seek criminal adjudication through the court. That is the first thing for these dishonorable characters to understand. But again, they are rubber stamp. They are partisan bigots. That's who they are. They're not going to listen to these things, right? The legislature is not a criminal court and cannot determine guilt or innocence such as an offense. And we saw that on display yesterday when the presiding on the Committee on Rules, Order, and Administration drifted and said that they will not entertain representation through Yeke Koluba Legal Counsel because, Yeke is a member of the House, so that Yeke talk for himself. So that alone validates the councillor's point that what is going on is not legal. Because it is not legal, that's why they're dodging the legality of it. They do not want lawyers to get involved. So it clearly exposes the fact that the president is pursuing Yeke politically. And he's spending millions to expel Yeke while Guineans still remain on our soil. Guinean armed soldiers still remain on Liberian soil. The attempt to impeach or expel Honorable Koluba on the basis of an alleged criminal offense such as treason is a serious legal misstep. Impeachment or expulsion cannot be used as substitute for criminal prosecution. Where a crime is alleged, the proper course under the law is arrest, charge, and trial before a court of competent jurisdiction. To proceed otherwise is to blur the lines between political authority and judicial power. Right? Confusing political authority because you have political power now, right? So you're abusing judicial authority. Rescue is hurting this country more than helping, thereby undermining the doctrine of separation of powers and setting a dangerous precedent for the misuse of legislative authority. You do this today, there will be a tomorrow. You do this today, there will be a tomorrow. You support this today, there will be a tomorrow, and you do not know who the tomorrow will come after. You don't want to set precedents that when you come tomorrow, you're embarrassed. We must not set our country on a path of embarrassment. That is how accountability works in a constitutional democracy. As one who teaches law and politics at the Louis Arthur Graham School of Law, I must emphasize a fundamental principle. Politics without the control of the law is chaos. That thing they're doing there, they're fermenting chaos gradually in the country. Because you're sending out a message that in this republic under Bwaka, the law does not hold anymore. It has to be about political power, political authority. No government should place politics above the law. When law is subordinated to political convenience, institutions weaken and democracy itself is endangered. Equally important is the protection of freedom of speech. In a democracy, a statement, even one that appears controversial or contrary to national sentiment, does not automatically amount to treason. This is scholarly, this is brilliant. The popular sentiment is that Yakia will say, oh, they learn for all, they learn for Liberia, Guinea will leave. That's the popular sentiment that everybody holds. So if somebody comes with a contrary sentiment, a contrary expression, that does not mean the person has committed a criminal offense. That's not how the law works. Say, oh, because what you want here, the man did not say that. So that means you should charge him, you expel the man. No, you're acting on emotion. The law does not, the law is not based on emotions. This does not automatically amount to treason. Around the world, lawmakers routinely make statements critical of their own government without being criminalized. For example, Bernie Sanders publicly criticized U.S. military action against Iran as a violation of international law. He was not accused of treason. He exercised his constitutional right to speak and to question government policy. The allegation concerning the Makona River reportedly raised by Honorable Koluba may be serious, but it requires investigation, not political reaction. I have therefore called on Joseph Boakai to establish a commission of inquiry following the example of William R. Turber after the April 14, 1979 protest. The statement made by Honorable Koluba may properly serve as a basis for inviting him to appear before such a commission to provide evidence in support of his claim. Other Liberians with relevant or contrary information may also be invited to testify. At the conclusion of his work, the commission will submit a report to the president clarifying the facts, identifying the issues, and making recommendations for resolution and the prevention of future occurrences. Liberia must resist the temptation to substitute law with power. If the House proceeds to impeach or expel Honorable Koluba on this basis, it will be a serious legal misstep that undermines constitutional order. The law must guide politics, not the other way around. So you can go ahead and do whatever you want to do. But what is important for everybody to note is that Yeke's removal or eminent expulsion is not grounded in the law. It's political, is abusive. I mean, it's everything against the rule of law. Let's hear what you think. What's your thought? 0776 104 104 086 500 104. People of discredit number 10. You may have your issues with Yeke Koluba, but equally, the authority the Constitution gave you, right? A James Kohler cannot sit down and take away that from you. The same thing that gave James Kohler and others the authority to be in that place is the people of District 2 in Bong. And that is the same power that you have. And you must stand up. You're not standing up for Yeke, but you're standing up for your voice. You're standing up for your voice. If Yeke is removed through the actual and proper procedure, then we understand. But to thwart the will of the people to appease the political sentiment of the ruling class is absolutely absurd. Let's hear you. 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104 for those of you in the diaspora. In a moment from now, our guests will be joining us. So let's take calls and hear what you think about the Yeke debacle. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu.
Morning.
Okay, my name is Robert, and I'm quite from Cape County.
Go ahead.
Yes, what's up? I think the whole thing is just political. Because what I'm saying is, if you look at the book of the place, he knows something around there. He started from the president of this country. What was his intent of receiving bringing people from the agenda of the city of the president of our country? What is the relationship?
It's a clear violation of the code of conduct. They ain't going after the president for that, but they're going after Yeke for statement. The president for letting pick up. He is there admitting that the man gave him pick up and money. They ain't going after him for that.
What do not talk about Guinea? Some person we are saying you will not speak to Dunia because Dunia is the elected president. He is stood by his word. Now, in elected president of his country, we receive the nation for the rebel leader of Dunia. Dunia to what talk in his country is not elected.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning.
Morning, yeah.
Morning, Edmund.
Yeah. For the return of President Blair and prime member of the Concerned Liberia for Justice.
Go ahead.
You know, that is a system of justice that has been executed against Yeke. And that is why we said it last time. So you're telling me the only reason why Black Eye has to spend our money again was to record the legislature only because he wanted to expel or suspend. We don't know which one they are doing. That is a serious violation of our right. Okay? Like you are running the people of this state. Yes, it should be. Because they have said the last time, they think the people started here. All of them represented that they are prosecuting through the court for all capital building mining store. They are not following the way to function. But yet, the people who they represent, they are in their district waiting for Joshua to come tell them, say, you come out and tell the people so that they can be able to do the right thing. It doesn't work that way. We are being educated on the daily basis by these journalists who are now trying to get the major outlets in this country. They are telling us, they are showing us the way, but we are sitting there lying to happen. What is going against Yeke? It's sinful. We are not want to hear from them, but what we're talking about, the rescue should be done. Someone said, land clean by Liberian. Someone said, well, here you go to go fight. Someone said, they were going to be at the border. They were going to be taking over and they are fighting. That is not reasonable. That is not questionable. For somebody that said, it is there for Guinea, didn't take that there, he was speaking out of frustration. Because the president went to Guinea, he came from Guinea, with all results. He's telling all different things.
You came out from that way, man. Thank you very much. What did it giving him very, very cool. Anywhere and go to game and come back. It's done. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, and let me say good morning to the listeners. The nearest about political starter I call you this morning to cover the important. You know, what is going on? It's clearly says that the government is very intolerant. The Unity Party is intolerant. The Unity Party does not like criticism. This issue that has to do with Guinea Poor and the statement that you can pull back. When you can say if the land belongs to Guinea, they get other people. How does that teach the fact that the land for that law? You as the government have put the land for us because this situation is balancing our country. Not by you running your redeemed speaker and those who come Gaza in your force, in the east of this country to say you want to remove or exploit. You can come back. I think it's undemocratic. It's wicked, it's hindering our democracy. This democracy will fight for it. Our parents took for the democracy, not for an octogenarian to come sit as the president and then destroy our democracy. What Yege Kulba said, this Yege Kulba here was used by you. He said a lot of detail affecting our democracy. You know that the law was a lawmaker when he said he was too Dutch reactor. That was not personal. That was very threat to the presidency, to the speed of the presidency. It was a threat. But Joshua being tolerant, Joshua honestly like Java Dillon doesn't even have the power to do that because you know that he's surrounded by security sensitive of protecting. So you see a thought as a straight up. It's not even for us. So we get them.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, it's 8:31 already. But let's see. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu.
Morning.
Good morning. My name is Mohammed Donzo Jr. Well, Abu, I don't know how we reached this thing. You know, what is really happening to our country? Because, you know, what these guys are doing in a hospital, it is not fair to the Nigerian people, Abu. How will these guys just use our country like that they feel that they want to do anything on that? What they are doing to Jeke Abu, it is unfair. It is unfair. What is doing to Jeke? They want to what the market is very to our country.
Okay, thank you very much. It's unfair. So we are still waiting for Seku Kalasco tomorrow. My Helena Ule, let's hear you.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay.
Good morning, man. They're good. Beautiful.
Yeah, you. Let me tell you, I even know what it is. Abu, this country we in now, how it look like?
No law being again in the country.
No law. The people doing their own thing. No law. That's why I can tell my children and my grandchildren.
It's bad. You can't run the country like that.
What are you doing? You can't run the country like that. You can't run it like that. You always say you're going to rescue now. Especially the one that can really get to me, that very common man. So they take the whole country to be a country, to be a country thing.
But the president in a leverage, so what do you expect?
You hear me?
The president
they get it right. They get it right to do that. That woman has said, as she say, it's looking like the people want to take our own country. I mean, we want to take the country land. They see the woman, because the woman working in the government.
Cooler. If anybody should be answering questions, to be cooler. But mine, thank you very much. Because to be in the cycle of the presidency and privy to national security discussions, to come and read a release to say Liberia is claiming the land, right? That was weakening Liberia's position in a diplomatic negotiation. That was. If anybody should have taken a slap, that should have been Kula Fofana. But they're celebrating her, taking her for Bata Yama and stuff. Good morning, ma'am, on the WhatsApp.
Yeah, good morning, Abu Sherry.
Morning.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
Okay, happy belated birthday, and
thank you.
Thank you for the new passing people that bought.
Care.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'm Dorothy Destiny. I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia. And, you know, their whole thing just surprising, shocking. Those people sitting out over there were yakking or insulting the presidency which George Weah was sitting. And they didn't say nothing. If the man says something that you guys don't like, all you gotta do, kick it to the court.
Simple.
Get a court prosecution. Take it to the court. Have him charged and take it to the court. The court should be the one to prosecute him. It's not in a no. Get great come. Be careful, my little brother. Be careful. Be very careful. If you think that blood is for you right now, you do whatever you want to do and stuff it, it will come out. You not even see Morovia. You not see like you be answer. Okay? We had leaders. We had leaders before the civil war. And what become of them? You can see them around again. They are all gone. They're dead. And you sit down over there using our power because you think that gun in your hand. You think Liberians are afraid of gun? But we'll promise you. We will promise you. I will be in Liberia. I'm moving back. I'm retiring in America. We will be in Liberia. We're not
everybody we all need to come and rescue our country. You can go back now, you can go back, but everybody need to come to the country from these rogues, thieves, and killers. We need to take the country back from them. Thank you.
And I will mobilize. I will take people to the voting time in my cars, in my buses, in my truck to go vote.
Yeah.
With no money.
Do that. Thank you very much, from where there, Atlanta, Georgia. Liberians around the world have been rallied. They are displeased and dissatisfied with the manner in which the country is proceeding. This is not the country they want to turn. They want to transition to their children and their grandchildren. This is not the Liberia that we want our grandchildren to come and inherit. We're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars sending our kids to beautiful schools, exposing them, educating them to come and inherit a responsible and decently organized society, but not this Janjaweed administration that's being implemented here. So, of course, it is a national duty and responsibility. 2029 is a national call. Everybody will have to come up. We need to stand up. We need to perforate these boogers, these scholar watch. We need to get them from our country. They're breaking everything. They're breaking the society. They're violating the rules. Look, right? Same-sex marriage and all these sodomy and rapes have become the order of the day under Mr. Barker, and he's doing absolutely nothing about it. But let's take a break with Crime Stopper Liberia. Our guest is already there. Kalasco Damaro, of course, aide to former President George Manawia is our guest on the final lap of the conversation right here on Freedom 87.9. This break, we will be right back for the political firecracker. This break.
It's about music. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime, don't tell her in your head for the red, with it. But it can't take care of it. Don't stop on me fast. Bring it safety to your door. Whether you reach or you come. If you see a you not talking, I mean you change it. Do it for yourself. If you see it, don't do it. I'm a part of the people bring it safety to your door. And make it before them before. Liberia, from the center to India. Keep it hustle, let's stop it from for all of us. The people bring it safety to your door. Stop it and make it before them before. Stop Liberia. When they set that to interior, keep it hustle, let's stop it from for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stop it crime and make it peaceful.
Okay, Crime Stop for Liberia is the official partner sponsor of the Freedom Money Rise on Freedom 87.9. Welcome, folks. This is the nation's premier breakfast platform, and as promised, we have in studio already our guest, Honorable Sekou Kalasco Damaro. Good morning, Chief. Welcome.
Good morning, Abu, and it's a pleasure being here this morning.
I know it was tough getting
after a long period of time, but it's good to be on the platform. Every morning I've made it my duty to listen to you while driving to the gym and doing other work. But I think it's good being here for the second time. You hosted me once.
Yeah.
And this is the second
that
time.
Was around the election?
Yeah.
Or after? No, it was around before the election.
Before the election. Yeah, that was, I think, more than 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's good to be here. And I'd like to say again, happy belated birthday. You're looking very good in your seat.
Thank you.
Birthday, that birthday euphoria, you still enjoying, right?
Enjoying. And thanks for that quality spirit.
Yeah, my man.
That
was our secret. Yeah. But it's good to be here anyway. Thank you for the service to our country. And you one young man that I've always said I deeply respect based on everything that you are doing, your contribution to the growth and development of our country. I think it's something remarkable. And the best we can do is to stay and support you in whatever way we can to make you realize your dream. So it's good to be here.
Okay, thank you very kindly, and I feel flattered, absolutely. But however, thanks a lot, and it's good to have you. I have been pushing. I say, look, especially when I saw what happened in Mangibi, I said, look, man, this is kind of unprecedented. I mean, so obviously we have to talk about it and understand what is actually behind all of that. And a lot of folks have said it is all out of the kindness and generosity of this young man. But we have this young man is a political name, and of course we have to talk to him and know more. So over the weekend, thousands of residents of Firestone, particularly Division 27 in Mangibi County, took a bold decision to petition and endorse our guest, Honorable Sekou Kalasco Damaro. And they said clearly in the petition statement that they want you to be a candidate for the 2029 election in the district, to be their lawmaker in the 56th legislature. That was a bold calling and all of that. So we were intrigued by the turnout, huge, and all of that. So trying to understand, and the timing as well, so early, just almost 3 years into the administration, and then you are being petitioned and all of that. The public needed to understand. Probably there's something special about this man, and people need to know. So basically, let's just understand, Sekou, how has it been? You've been away for some time, and, how's life been with you out of government and out of the position of power and all of that? How does it look? Does it look absolutely different from when you serve?
Well, again, Abu, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. And like you said, it's too early. It's never too early to do the right thing. And I believe that whatever that is unfolding today is based on the seed that we planted and we continue to plant, right? And the decision you saw this on Sunday was purely on the basis of what we've been doing in Mangibi and parts of Liberia. And when first, let me say glory be to God first and President Weah for giving me the opportunity to serve in his office as the special aide. And it is something that I don't take lightly, and that's the reason why I'm bending loyalty and commitment to this man. Not only me, but has taken a lot of young people from the dungeon of poverty to prosperity. And Joshua today is unmatched when it comes to elevating Liberians. The current president is a beneficiary of, I know we'll go into that later, is a beneficiary of Joshua magnanimity. And we are grateful. We are grateful that when we were appointed by President we did not turn our back on our people in Maigibi. We're always going back to Maigibi, either providing electricity to the hospital, sending children to school, going to orphanage home, helping young Magibian to acquire something either through various positions, providing businesses for young men and women that are fully in the capacity to do. We kept doing it. The county team, Magibi, I was one time
always remain engaged.
Yeah, the steering committee chair of the Magibi county team. It is all of these things came because of my connections with the people and how I thought, when you have a position of privilege, it is always good to look back because, look, I've always said, Abu, I'm not old like Methuselah, right? But I'm old enough to understand that the position that we were serving in, this position come and go. But what will never come and go is the relationship that you build with people. Stay connected to people, do everything possible to make sure that you are connected to people. And that's why I thought about. And the man that I was serving, the man that I'm working with, who happens to be President Weah, that man taught me something. And what he taught me, I will never ever go away from it. Kalasco, be humble. When you are humble, you can open the toughest of doors. And look at my life today as an example. From Gibraltar to the zenith of my career, soccer, came to politics, I became president, senator, and every other thing. It is because of my humility. So remain humble, serve your people, and make sure that you do what is appropriate. And that's the advice that I take, and that's the advice that I'm taking. And Abu, like you said, Sunday was unprecedented in Maigibi. It have never ever happened in Maigibi County. Abu, for people themselves to put their own money together. The people imagine the kind of difficult economic situation that we are faced with.
Okay.
The people put their own money together, prepare food for themselves, organize themselves, and call upon me.
You mean the people organized?
They organize themselves. They organize the program. Prepare food, and do every other thing for themselves. And call upon me. Say, Kalasco, come. This is what I want you to do. This is what I want you to do. It's something that, you can continue to emphasize on. So I don't take it lightly. Like I said, I saw thousands of Maigibian. I said to them, I said, Abu, you have a lot of young people, or a lot of people from Maigibi, a lot of persons from Maigibi, right? And for me to be selected among thousands of Maigibian, by the people themselves, and say, this is what we want you to do for us. It's not something to joke with, right?
That's correct. So, Honorable, well said. So let's go to the specifics of some of what that happened over the weekend, right? And with what we saw, and you yourself admitting that it is unprecedented within the district, particularly Maigibi, district number 3. I'd like to ask on the timing and motivation, especially seeing what happened there. And I'll quote you on the program. You said, "We are not doing these things because we want to be representative," judging by all of what you just enumerated, your involvement with the people. You said, "We are not doing these things because we want to be representative." Yet, I'd like to ask you, the petition comes nearly 3 years before the 2029 election. Why organize? Why? According to you, did not organize. But why should anybody organize, or you as Kalasco accept a public endorsement now, especially with the premise that you did not do this for representation, but this is coming nearly 3 years to general election? why should you? Probably there was something pressing that will want to make you feel like, oh, I think I should look in this direction, in as much as I was not thinking this way. And how do you respond to critics who see this as early campaigning?
Well, like I said, it's never too soon to do the right thing, right?
Okay.
And this is something that you can't stop. This is something that emanated from the people themselves, right? And look, what somebody consider it as early campaigning or whatever they want to consider, whatever nomenclature they want to give it, leadership comes from the people. When the people decide, say this is what they want. We have had excuse me, we have had a lot of people that have served as a representative or wanting to be representative in that district. One day, with everything that I've been doing in my Gibi Abu, one day I have never gone on radio or never went to the people and say, everything that I'm doing today, I'm doing it because I wanted to be a lawmaker.
You never did?
Never. One day, I'm not on record of saying that, never.
But the people are petitioning you to be represented.
The people are doing it because, look, so maybe...
I believe you've given us some thought, and what conclusion do you come to as to why they want you to be represented?
Apparently, for one fact, Abu, like I say, leadership comes with responsibility. The people have seen that, this man apparently, this man can be a good representation of us based on X, Y. Abu, I'm not a lawmaker.
Are you trying to say the people that are representing them now or have represented them then have not taken responsibilities that you are taking now, so they see you and they call you to be represented?
I'd like to speak for myself right now. Abu,
okay.
I'm not a lawmaker, right? But go to the district. I have provided macro loan for women to do business, not on the basis of wanting to be a lawmaker. I will go to the district. I connected Madingo Kota and Datuta, your community. Go there, you will see the mark there. Go to the district, you will see that young guys that were involved into petty businesses, I have empowered them to continue their businesses. Go to the district, not only in district number 3. Go there and see, go to the BWR campus, go to the St. Augustine campus, go to the Langolepe campus, go to other places, small schools around there. You will see my hand mark there. Go to the vocational schools there. You will see my hand mark there. I'm doing these things because,
are you doing these things more than the incumbent or other people that may aspire for leadership in the district?
Well, from what happened yesterday, it's a clear manifestation that yes, maybe way above other people that are doing it. Because to see people voluntarily, not election period, not something that was organized. You yourself told me, say, I was surprised.
No, of course,
I was surprised because there's not something that I saw on any social media. There was no radio appearance for it. There was nothing. You see, spontaneously, people came outside to say, okay, this is what we want this man to be like. And the most important aspect of it, Abu, is the fact that, I come from a political institution, the CDC, and I got somebody who is my boss. The President Weah. What happened there was, I said, okay, since this is what you people want, I'm going to take it to my boss man to say, this is what, and my family, my wife, and other people, say, this is what the people want me to do.
Do you think the district feels neglected by the leadership currently?
Well, from the look of things, I think that's how certain member of the petitioner are thinking, right? Because they believe that.
What does it turn out to you?
Yes, because to see thousands of people,
especially with more than 3 years to elections.
More than 3 years to elections, to see thousands of people coming together and thinking in the same direction. And said, this is what we want you to do.
And this, let me just expound that a little bit. The resident did not hold back on the aspect of neglect, right, and abandonment. Resident accused the current district leadership of killing Firestone workers. I'd like to ask you, because the community there is heavily concentrated by Firestone laborers and all of that. What is your concrete plan for labor conditions, wages, and social services in Firestone Division 27 and beyond? And how will it differ from what the incumbent has done? Because if the people of these workers are coming out in the Junes like that, it means their concerns have not been listened to adequately by the incumbent. What plan do you have?
Well, this is not something that Abu, like I said to you, this is not something that
it's too early to start planning around.
I have wholeheartedly say, okay, yes, this is what I'm going to do. So until finally,
okay, how will you plan for them?
Well, there are a lot of plans that Abu, when it is decided, say this is what I want to do.
Because with what they did over the weekend, that's raw love.
With everything holding everything constant, Abu, when it is decided upon, say this is what I want to do. There are steps, concrete one, that we are going to take in collaborations with other people in the district to make sure that some of the things that we've been lacking over the period of time will work upon it. Because look, I come from Margibi. I was born in Margibi. This is where my neighbor's stream was buried, right? And I understand what the people want. I'm not a stranger. I'm not one of those persons who say, okay, they just came to Margibi because of political lineage, right? No, that's my county. There where I was born, right? So whatever I would do, it would be on the basis of pure love and a genuine one from a people. So steps that will be taken to mitigate some of these long-standing problems that our people have been going through, we will definitely take those steps. But all I can say for now, I've reserved every comment because I will make sure that my boss man, Abu, I'm very appreciative of the fact that President Weah gave me an opportunity. I would never do anything that would make him Josh Weah. I'm not one of those ungrateful people. I'm not one. I'm going to do everything possible that Josh Weah, whatever that I'm involved with, he's fully in support with everything that I do, with the political institution that I come from, everything that I'm doing. I'm going to make sure fully that they are in full support. But I was also surprised.
That's loyalty.
I was also surprised about after the program. The president called me. He called me. He said, Kalasco, I followed the program. He said, He said, I'm not there yet. Imagine, I just want you to listen fully. He said, I'm not there yet. Then people come in like this. The day I tell you there. So I saw it as some kind of positive,
some kind of partial endorsement.
Yeah, some kind of positive sign. I'm not there yet. But the day I tell you there now, imagine what will happen. So it is a positive sign, and I believe that Joshua is a people person.
And with that kind of comment coming from your political leader, when you imagine 2029, do you see a tsunami or something like that?
I see more than a tsunami if everything goes our way, right? It's me. Officially,
you're very confident. And you're up against a 2-term back-to-back lawmaker.
My work will speak for if I am deciding to be somebody that will contest in these elections, my work.
Somebody said Ellen is now a small potato when it comes to District 3 in Mangibi.
Well, Joshua was never small potato when he was. Ellen Johnson, Joseph Boakai, they were never small potato when Joshua decided to contest against them. What happened? So it's not about you being small potato. It's about what you have done for your people. My work, Abu, will speak for itself. My work in the district will speak for itself. Because, look, leadership, Abu, come with responsibility.
Okay. You said that several times.
I've said that several times. Leadership is genuine. That's the reason I'm saying it. Leadership comes with responsibility. And what I have done in Margibi will clearly speak for itself. The day I decide that I want to contest on the seat of district number 3 representative, my work will speak for itself, and you will see the amalgamation of people never witnessed in our country history. Look, Abu, I believe with holding everything constant, I can be a very good lawmaker, regardless of the challenges that will come with it. But I believe that the day I decide or that decision come about, say you need to contest, I believe that I will be a very good lawmaker, judging by my history.
Okay, judging by your history, and let's go back into that. At the program, you cited scholarship, medical supplies, a bridge, business loan as past contributions that you've made to the district, right? Your critics may ask or may want to know, are these contributions that you've made, can you independently establish or verify that these projects and interventions are from you, or there were interventions made in consonance with your political institution or your political leader? What I'm trying to get at is these projects, including the cost beneficiaries and whether public funds, it can be public fund because you're not in public service anymore, or CDC resources were used, or it's just exclusive Kalasco using his meager resources, recognizing and identifying with his people. It's important for the public to know.
Oh, this is Kalasco using his meager resources, like you said. Look, and I can't take away the fact that, yes, I still work with President Weah. No. You know, Abu, what George Weah has done in my life, I can't come on this radio and say, every day George Weah can put me and stay me and give me money. No, I can't say that. But everything that I do, he has a hair in it.
Okay.
Everything that I do, Joshua got hair in it, especially from a positive perspective.
No, the point of this question is, if you can do this from your own pocket, your own resources, with all of these projects. So come to think about public money adding to that.
Again, I mean, when Joshua appointed me as the special aide, I made friends. Right? And today, not being in office, those friends are just phone call away from me. I'm involved into business, right? And you said it rightly, Abu. And that's the point you're driving at. It makes a lot of sense. This man who is not a lawmaker, this man who is not in office, well, if he can use his personal resources to do what he's doing for us today, imagine him being a representative. Imagine he being somebody who is a lawmaker that will represent the district. What will he do? I've said this, wanting to be a lawmaker, Abu, is not for enrichment. It's not to come and put money in my pocket anymore. Abu, I could have been the other people, right?
Can you be assured that with Kalasco, your district development funds are saved? With Kalasco, money for the district empowerment and programs are saved. I'm not going to interfere with them because I'm already using my personal money on you. So you're not going to be asking about your district money. Your district money will be applied just right to the needs of the district. Can district number 3, Margibi County people, be assured?
If I will be adding it up, I will not only be depending on what will come from the cover, right?
Okay.
I will be adding it up with my personal money because, Abu.
You mean, for example, if government gave 15,000 in district development money, you will ask?
I will add something up. Even before then, I mean, what I'm doing, I have undertaken projects in the district that you can trace to over 16,000 United States dollars, over 5,000 United States dollars. Recently, I gave 1 million Liberian dollars. Accumulatively, I've given almost 2 million to women in recent period, in the last 2 years. 2 million Liberian dollars to women to make business. I'm not doing it because I want something in return. I'm doing it because I believe that they are our mothers. We need to help them. We need to reach out to them. So it's not on the basis of wanting something in return. So imagine I'm having a specific allocation. Say, this is what you're supposed to do for your people. It would just be an addition of everything that will be coming in. It will be added up. Because I believe that the people, when you're serving the people, Abu, it's not about enriching yourself, especially being a lawmaker, especially being somebody who originally come from my giving, right? It's not about enriching myself anymore. I won't be a lawmaker to be a horse to live in. I don't want to be a lawmaker to ride car. I don't want to be lawmaker to travel. Because all of those,
I experience all of those.
I can do it even right now. To say I leave from the studio, I can go straight to the airport and travel. So that's why I won't be lawmaker for. If I'm fortunate that the president accept and the CDC accept that, yeah, this man will represent us on our ticket, it will be purely on the basis of giving back. And Abu, one thing, importantly, Abu, from 2017, when Joshua appointed me, we were giving back to the country, but visibly, we were not there to make sure that our present were fair. I mean, physical present were fair in the district.
Okay.
We went to the elections. We went to Magibi late. We started oil. They said, "Oh, Kalasco, you came late. You know, we used to hear about you, but at least your present were going to change a lot of things." So we have thought it wise. We have thought it wise and say, Abu, going into 2029 elections,
okay,
it will not be business as usual. We want to make sure that the CDC.
You're going to leave your comfort zone.
Of course. Of course. Abu, you go in Kakatan, and that's the reason why you go Kakatan today. I got a home there that I've built. In Kakatan. I got a home, and I'm moving there very soon.
Okay.
I want to make sure that our presence in Magibi, not only in Kakata, in Magibi, through the collaborations of people like Senator McGill and other stakeholders within the country, our presence is felt there. Because what happened in these elections, our people bought pig in the bag. They bought the pig, we are opening the bag. Behold that pig.
I know where you're going now. So yeah, we'll get there. The time we'll get sufficient time. We'll come to the real issues. But let's clear everything on the district and the prospect for your candidacy in district number 3 in Mangibi County. You've spoken a lot about your loyalty and respect to former President George Weah, and you've tabled the petition and your response to the people's demand for you to represent them to consultation with the former president. Now, that brings me to a very critical question on independence versus party loyalty. It's important. You said you must consult former President Weah, the CDC, and your family, which is fair, before responding to the petition. If elected representative of district number 3, will your first loyalty be to the people of Mangibi or to President George Weah and the CDC party line?
My first loyalty will be to the people I represent. That's the first priority, the people I represent, but in consultation with the president at that time, because I know George Weah will be the president. At that time, in consultation with the president, George Manuel Weah. But the people will be the priority. I mean, there's nothing.
There's a very critical point. There's a very critical concern, because often at time when people get elected, then that's when they start to tell the people, this is what my party say, is what my leader say. So we'd like to know, especially now that you are preconditioning your acceptance of the petition on consultation with the former president. That's
in my political party.
In your political party. Yeah. That speaks to the significance of the involvement in your political decision making. Is that correct?
Well, of course. Like I said, and I'll come back to it. I'm not a deviant. I come from a political institution, the CDC. Whatever I do, the CDC must have its major impact in everything that I do. So I know the CDC.
Your critics see that as politically weak on your part, no, lacking independence in decision making.
Not at all. Some of the reason why you see the level of what is happening at the Capitol building today, it is because people lack commitment, people lack loyalty. The party, I know that for a fact that the party decision is the people's decision. The CDC has always been a representation of the people, Abu. So the CDC has never done anything at the contrary to the people's well-being. So standing and aligning myself with the party interests, it is also a representation of the people's interests. So there's nothing wrong with me. And I can assure you, Abu, I've tested power before. I've been particularly to the zenith of leadership by being in the office of the president. Abu, I walk in the street with no security. I went to places, I interacted with people. You are a witness, and we open the land, people were testing Abu. No security. Walk in line with people, interacted with people. Even though I was entitled to it, but never associated myself with any security. I was my own driver. Yes, I hired a driver, but it was on the basis of giving back, right? So I am a people's person. I have never shied away from that. So being privileged to serve as a lawmaker would just be an addition of everything that is within me. It is organic. It's not something that will be made up. So being elected as a lawmaker of my district will be squarely on the basis of the people's interests. And the people's interests are Joshua interests. The people's interests are CDC interests. Whatever that pleases the people.
So there can be no fear or worry about that.
No fear, absolutely. Nobody. Because look, Abu, Joshua is the only president who, when you were president, he was in direct communication with the people. I was always with him. People used to call him, "Oh, Mr. President, today," he would say, "Come to me." So it is a reflection of the people's interests. He interacted, he called people to sit around him, talk. He went to the common people. Some of his interactions was purely driven on people's interests. Some of the policies that Joshua took was purely on the basis of people's interests. So having consultation with him or waiting for him in the party.
Is that the kind of leader you're going to be, or you're going to be like your friend Dylan? You build a brand new house with a big lawn fence?
Absolutely. I would never be like my friend Dylan, because, you know, I already living in fence. So I'm going to be a leader.
Not like Dylan.
I'm going to be leader before I live in fence. I'm going to be a lawmaker before I live in fence. Even you go to my house in Kakatan right now, you will see it there. And, you know, it's so it will be purely on the basis of representation of the people.
Okay.
Abu, don't take this from me, right? Don't take this from me. Go to Kakatan.
No, but the weekend event was revealing of something.
Exactly, Abu. I know there will be people that will criticize me. Abu, you know where I take my strength from, Abu?
But again, did you support any organization that sort? Just in case critics are thinking, oh, I say go pull the people outside.
No, Abu. And look, Abu, I was surprised. I was honestly surprised. Abu, look, this time social media and the proliferations of social media, radio stations around, the guys citizen journalists all around, right? By any means, let somebody come up here and say they saw me organizing people or went to meeting and organize people, say this is what I'm going to do. Never. There was no meeting that was held. There was absolutely no radio appearance. There were absolutely no block meeting to say you having block meeting. It was a spontaneous event. It was an event that was purely decided by the people on the basis of what they see in me, on the basis of what they see ahead of me. It was purely decided upon that. So I'm not worried about how people think about me. I mean, Joshua have always said to me, at times, Kalasco, do not mind the noise in the market. I'm a Muslim. Prophet Muhammad, when he came, even though he brought gun war, but there were people who chastised him, who say they may for nothing more, they criticized him, they drove him away. Jesus Christ, a miracle child that brought gun war to his people. What did they do to him? People criticize him. Even today, there are people who don't believe some of the things the great men say. What about me, Himobi, Abu? What's about me? I got people that will just see me because I'm associated with the CDC, because I'm associated with Joshua, and hate me for that. I got people, they got people in the district who wants to contest in these elections.
Okay.
They see me as a threat for them.
It's obvious.
So they will criticize me. They will say the worst about me. But it doesn't define me. I am who I am based on my action. I am who I am based on what the people see in me. I am who I am because what I believe that I can do to transform the livelihood of the people. That's the kind of person I am. I'm not going to allow myself to be defined by how somebody see me. I'm not going to allow myself to be defined by how somebody who won't be lawmaker or supporter see me. No, that's not how I'm going to. The fear that is emanating from social media, the criticism that is coming from social media, you think it's genuine? It's not genuine. It's because of what happened this goes Sunday. Even when I meet Abu,
You mean people are attacking you already?
of course, my opponent. Abu, even when I meet, I see that kind of thing, I will jitter. Even when I meet, I see what happened. From 2005, Abu,
People expect Ellen to be your friend. Probably she'll call
she
you up and
is.
say,
At least we very cool. Not only Ellen,
you're cool like that.
we very cool. I got no
In
issue.
spite of the fact you're going after her job,
I got no issue.
has she
Abu,
been talking to you?
Abu, that job ain't for nobody. That job that the people,
She's currently occupying the job.
the job that the people job.
He's trying to unemploy her.
Abu, the job ain't for nobody. The job that the people job. If the people decide, say this is what they want, nobody should take it as a personal property.
How is your relationship with Ellen? I mean, you are a stakeholder in the district now. Does she relate to you on district matter? Does she get you involved? Do you avail yourself to district issues?
No, absolutely. We have never. The only time we came together was during the county meet, or that we have come together is during the county meet, right? When I was steering committee chairperson for my GB County, during different years of county meet, we meet, we talk, we all make our contribution to the team. That's the only time that we have had.
What about on leadership in the district, consultation and stuff? She doesn't get you involved in it.
Absolutely, we have never ever got together to talk about any district matter. Any district matter, we have never got together to
The
talk
office
about.
doesn't invite you for any.
We have never ever got together on any district matter aside from the county meet gathering that we normally have. So that being said, Abu, let me say this, right, Abu? That district, they're not nobody's personal property.
Okay.
The district belongs to the people. The district belongs to the people, right? Whatever the decision that will come from that district will be squarely on the basis of how the people think. And I can assure you, the day we decide that this is what we want to do, it will be uncontested.
What do you mean by that?
There will be people that will voluntarily say we don't want to contest.
You mean people will back off?
There will be people that will voluntarily say that we don't want to contest.
Why do you think so?
Because of the name Kalasco that will be in the race. Abu,
how long should the people of District number 3 wait for that response?
Very soon. Very soon. I can assure you.
What is very soon?
Very soon is soon. There's no definition for
tomorrow.
It can be tomorrow. It can be day after tomorrow. It can be.
Have you already consulted? Because the people are hearing, they're waiting. They're all ears. Probably they're listening now. They're thinking you're going to say something today.
It can be tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and whatever the situation is, Abu, it will be very soon. I can assure the people of this district that the sacrifices that you render this going Sunday will never go in vain. Because I believe that, look, these things are not ordinary. It can happen in plenty people's life. Abu, that particular thing, it can happen in a lot of people's life. Abu, people can pay money to gather people. And the reason why Abu, I decided to go and do that to Abu, when they inform me, Morovia, and every other places, Abu, I decided not to inform one person.
Oh yeah, that's how it was a surprise to me, because I was probably say, "Oh my man, Abu, I gave you about."
Yes, I decided not to involve one person from Morovia. I said, let it be organic. Let it come from the people themselves. Let them feel or think about what they are doing. That's the reason why I never involved one person from Morovia. It was squarely on the basis of the people from Maikibi. From 2005, Abu, that district, from 2005, the CDC has never lost that district. From the day Joshua said he wanted to be president, we have never lost that district.
But for the 2 times Ellen has been there, she been a CDC person.
We never put our candidate in that district.
Many CDC have always endorsed her.
We always supported the incumbent lawmaker.
That means she's been an ally.
We have always supported the incumbent lawmaker there.
On the basis of what relationship? What defines that relationship?
On the basis of different kinds of relationship, right? Different kinds of relationship that was established.
So now the CDC is ready to put its own there.
So now,
it's getting ready to put its own there.
Apparently, the CDC is getting ready to put her own soldier there, right?
Okay.
Abu, look, giving everything that is happening currently at the legislature.
Because I want us to leave the district and come outside and start talking about January, because this is going to be a one shot on Mangibi in January, particularly the CDC. With what happened in the district for you, what sort of message do you think is communicating for the CDC in Mangibi? We saw 2023 was very tight.
Very tight.
With what is happening for you in district number 3, what hope can the CDC garner from that?
A very big hope. First of all, what we do in Maigibi right now, in collaboration with Senator McGill and other people, Abu, is to build a very strong team, a formidable team in Maigibi.
Okay.
Abu, on the program, if you listen keenly, some of the people that were at the program in attendance, very staunch campaigner of the Unity Party. Staunch campaigner of the Unity Party. As a matter of fact, the man who voluntarily decided to say, Kalasco, I will come to you and be the Friends of Kalasco chairperson in Maigibi, supported the Unity Party. He supported Brakai. He was on radio 24/7.
Okay.
His deputy, Samson Lincoln, Vamuya Sayo, still staunch supporter of the ruling establishment. But they went and openly resigned and say,
somebody said it's too early to believe these flips because it's just a few years into the administration.
Well, Abu,
do you trust the
I trust them. I trust them because I did not go to them to say, you come over. Not that I went to them. And it was not on the basis of any inducement, financial inducement. They voluntarily came.
Is the conversation changing in Mangibi?
Big time. Big time. The conversation is changing. Because, Abu, and I'll come back on the statement that I made earlier on. The people of Maigibi and Liberia as a whole ball big in the bag.
Okay. And they've realized that now?
They bought the pig. They went to the Wednesday market right around Pakukoyata.
Okay.
They bought that pig because the owner came rushing. He said, I get the pig, I've been cooking the pig, but I was rushing, the car waiting for me. They bought the bag without opening it. Behold that pig, that gua. Behold that pig get epilepsy. Behold, that pig get crocker. When they took the pig home to say, today, pa, we're having our Christmas festivity. When they open it, they felt discouraged.
So disappointment.
Disappointment about why they spend their money on our pig. That is the experience the people of Liberia and Mike Gibby inclusive are having today. You go in Mike Gibby.
So what is the interpretation of that thing?
They elected a rescue government. They elected Mr. Boakai, who brings nothing new to the table, who ideas are antiquated. They elected a unity party government that brings nothing new to the table after 12 years of governance. Almost 14 years they are there. They brings nothing new to the table. About under Joshua administration, you go to Magibi, we had practically an entire ministry. Dow Ansusoni, Dominic Kwame, you just name it, they were all ministers. Today in Magibi, you have educated people. You have Smith, who is a PhD holder, who supported the Unity Party. That man today is languishing. Without the rescue people thinking, so this young man who has the potential, this young man can also be a good minister.
Is Maggie not represented in cabinet?
Absolutely no one cabinet member that is in Maggie.
That's a slap in Maggie's face, though.
A very big slap. Nobody there that is representing the country in cabinet. So to have that level of neglect, with our people, to have that level of neglect with our people, it's not something that is taken lightly in Magibi. About the hardship today in Magibi, I know it's all over in Liberia. The hardship, the cry of our people.
Are Magibians regretful or hopeful that the rescue will still deliver?
They are very, very, there's no hope. About recently, you saw the man, and that video is up. You saw a man that was taking care of the party headquarters in Magibi. I'm sure you watched that video.
UP party headquarters.
UP party headquarters in Magibi. You saw a man there. That guy, even full money, that a man that was practically living in the party headquarters, even full money for him, the man was dying from starvation. Yes, Abu. He was dying from starvation. No food. He will go and clean up party headquarters, do everything. It was a few months ago when I visited Magibi, when the guy came crying to me.
And you had to rescue the rescuer.
I had to rescue the rescuer. He came crying to me, Abu. Kalasco, if you don't buy me food, I will die. And when I die, your conscience will not set you free. Yes, I voted against President Weah. But I know tomorrow when you hear that I die, your conscience, you'll say, they may come to me at least to gain full money. I know you are angry or your people are angry. But I beg you, you forgive me. And then when I talk about buying pick in the bag, he said we bought pick in the bag.
He said that.
He said that. And today, that man is, by the grace of God, involved into business. Today, that man, in fact, during the ceremony in in Division 27.
Why do you think the Unity Party, after securing power, would turn its back on its ordinary supporters and the languishing in hunger and poverty and abandonment? Why do you think they do that? Is it the elite nature of the party?
Because they are user. They are user. They use people. They use people. The United Party has always been a party of using people to ascend to leadership and dash them. They care less about how people think.
Do the people realize that now?
The people have realized, you every day you got people. You are a media practitioner. You're taking people to the street. You see how people are reacting to this government. There's nothing new that is happening in the country today, Abu. Absolutely nothing new is happening in the country. The only thing new that is happening in the country today is Mr. Bwaka is being $10 million home. The only new thing that is happening today in the country is go to rehab. Joseph Bwaka is practically buying the entire rehab.
Buying
the entire rehab.
For what?
For his comfort, his retirement comfort.
What does an octogenarian need to do all those properties?
Well, that is the point. That is the point. Go there today. Around his house. You see a almost $5 million construction. In that building, it's not only what you see up. There's 2 stories beneath the earth.
On the ground?
On the ground. I got people that are working there currently.
Because I'm about to ask you, how do you know that?
You
don't have access to the company.
I got people that are working there currently.
How do we verify that?
Well, if they can allow you to walk in there, you will go and see it for yourself. If they can allow you, and this is a challenge, throw the challenge to them. They got 2 stories.
Okay. If you know me in particular about the independent press,
the independent press, they got 2 stories.
Member of the independent press.
2 stories beneath the ground, and they carry it up.
Somebody say, "Why the man will be in hospital and going want to fool ya?" But this is quite interesting, folks. This is the Freedom Morning Rise, and of course, you're listening to Sekou Kalasco Damaro, and of course, we're leaving Bankibi now. We're into national politics, and of course, an assessment of the Unity Party Bwaka administration and leadership. 2 years, counting 3. What has it been on policy delivery and all of that? Mr. Damaro, over the weekend, you blamed the Bwaka administration for hardship, tuition hikes, and commodity prices. Beyond criticism or criticizing the current government, what specific legislative policy will you introduce if you accept and get elected to the 56th legislature to address those issues in district number 3 to be particular?
Well, as a young man, some of my policy will be purely a youth-driven policy initiative rather.
Okay.
A youthful, because Abu,
you go in with a youthful agenda.
That's the kind of thing
that
young
people are actually crying.
Abu, the last census that was conducted in this country, it shows that the young people are almost 70% of the population. So clearly, it means that the young people are plenty. So some of my policy would be to alleviate the young people through vocational schools, through provisions of opportunity for them to expand their education, through provision of opportunity for them to empower themselves, through microfinance loan, through all kinds of means that I believe, and you still driving me to say what I will do and which I'm holding back. Yeah, what you still driving me to? Maybe somebody passed through you. Somebody passed through you to reveal my secret, but I want to hold back because there are a lot of things that I will do because I believe that yes, owing to the fact that I have been the aide to the president and go all around the country, and see how people are responding, and see how the young people, the poverty, are all in the faces of young people. I just spoke about a young man in Kakatan that was practically dying who supported the rescue. So there are things that we would do that would be different. I mean, we're not coming to leadership because we want to build home. No, that's not what we're coming to do.
Okay.
We are coming to leadership because we believe that we want to transform, we want to leave an everlasting legacy that not only us, but our unborn generation will be a representation of our unborn generation. And how can we do that? We will do it by introducing policy. We will do it by introducing laws that will go not only for the legislature. You go there, there are laws. There are laws there that purely that will cater to some of these things that we talk about. But do we have the willpower? Do we have people that will drive that agenda and take it to the people? I believe that under this current administration, we don't have it.
Okay, we don't have it. So you also said and described the hardship under this Bouaka administration as unprecedented. You said that those are your words, and said the government does not care. What specific economic indicators or data are you using to define the hardship as unprecedented and a lack of care by the government? What's informing your judgment? What do you look at? What do you see and say, this is a display of carelessness on the part of the government to see the people suffering this much and they're not doing nothing, and the hardship is unprecedented, when 2 years ago your government was put out on accusations of not doing much for the people?
Well, I don't need to go to the World Bank data. I don't need to go to other international data that have been released quite recently. You have talked about it on countless occasions. Babu, let me go practically to the day-to-day happening in the street. Mm-hmm. When the United Party, when Mr. Bouaka was elected as the president of the country,
okay,
some of the first actions that was taken by the police is to go to Kinjor and kill people. Why did they kill people? They killed people because the people were protesting about hardship, the unbearable conditions that they are faced with. What was the answer? The answer was, let's kill them. Quite recently, the Student Unification Party, a few days ago, organized a protest for job and what?
Justice.
Justice. What did the police do to them? Tear gas them, beat on students, and imprison them. In Nimbakante, what happened there? People were protesting for hardship. What did the government do? Went there, opened indiscriminate shooting at the people there. In Monrovia, there have been countless of protestation that have happened here. Abu, go in the market, businesses. What recently, Abu, the Senibar, the owner of the Senibar was on the social media.
Okay.
Saying that he's closing his business.
Oh, really?
Yes. He's closing the business because nothing is going on in the country. Market women. People are running out of businesses.
But the government argues on the contrary.
What do we expect from a government that was elected on the basis of lie and deceit? What do we expect? But the practical reality is in the street. The practical reality of what we are talking about is in the street. What did the president do when he went to Suniwe? When people went there, the only thing that the president had to say, Liberian people are begging too much. When you are president, you must have some empathy for your people. because this condition is not favorable. Abu.
You think that was lack of empathy?
Empathy. He doesn't have an iota of empathy.
Somebody will argue that the president wanted the people to work.
How do the people work when there's no opportunity? How? The only thing the government did was to come and remove people from their various jobs. The only thing the government did, they say, we're pardoning the payroll. Because George Weah took people from Clarendon, West Point, and other places and carried them to the executive marshal to be sweeping, to be getting their 250. And you know, look, you decentralize the natural resources of the country. Giving the people 250, 300. But when Mr. Barker was elected, he said, no. Take them out of here. They took the people job from them. And today, in fact, what they made there, they have doubled it. Because they were being vindictive. Because these people, they were perceived as not being a member of the quote-unquote rescue government. Today, what happened in our country? We're
targeting identity.
They have been targeting identity. And they are still targeting identity. People in training positions, they were removed from their jobs.
There are a lot of lawsuits and charges up on former officials of the CDC government. How do you see these?
They are all, I consider, like last time we were talking about it, Abu. It is a complete wish hunt. Take, for example.
Does it demoralize the CDC?
No, absolutely. You have seen it.
The likes of Samuel Mawani Dix is the latest on the block, and others are being charged. And
first of all, the government target, even though unlawfully went and demolished the CDC party headquarters against all of the standing, they felt that could be a turning point for the CDC. But what did they do? They reinvigorated the CDC. Today, when we started building, when the chairman on the committee, Funati Kufa, and the team, through the effort of President Weah, they said it was AR building that we were building. And that headquarters will be second to none. You will see it for yourself.
But your former friend, your former party stout, Fala, has responded to that party headquarters. He's now said that it's going to be a law firm and has advised your boss to forget about the presidency and spend time with his family.
And, the deceit in Fala is unexplainable. If Fala is looking for somebody to spend time with his family or their family, he should be telling 81-year or 85-year-old man to go spend time with his family. That's what Fala should be doing.
He was pointing to deceit around former President
Weah. The level of deceit that is around Mr. Barker right now. Fala not seeing it. He's a beneficiary. Fala is a beneficiary of a deceit that I wrote Joseph Yomo Boakai.
Fala said elite has hijacked the CDC.
How?
That's what he said.
How?
You are there. What do you see?
But it's a blatant and categorical lie. All wrapped up in shame. Because people like Fala thought that it was going to be the end of the CDC. When they were going to form the Lofa Defense Force against the CDC. That's how he thought. But this CDC is a grassroots movement that is beyond individual. The CDC is rooted in the ideology of the common people.
Fala is telling the common people that the CDC has drifted its grassroots standing and that the elites have taken over and they're going to be running a corporate organization.
Well, look, that's why I said, Abu.
How do you think Fala is saying all of that? Is it part of the conspiracy
based on his own peculiar interest? It's not on the basis of any genuine or any quote-unquote ideological thought. It's purely on the basis of Fala's own peculiar interest. Because the CDC from 2005, Abu, we have witnessed the mass exodus from the party chairman, from one chairman to another. But because the CDC is rooted within the common people like us, that's the reason why the CDC remains strong. The people believe in Joshua ideology. When Joshua founded the CDC, it was purely on the basis of people ideology. So people like Fala that are beneficiary of that ideology was said today and said the CDC is a corporate institution because he differ or because of his own selfish interest against one individual who happens to be Funati Kofa and describe our party headquarters as a law firm. We believe that it is counterproductive to our own survival. We believe that those kind of things.
Fala has issue with Funati?
Of course, to the extent where they gang up against Funati Kofa unlawfully. To unlawfully remove Funati Kofa as the speaker.
You're accusing Fala of ganging up the remove?
Of course! It's not a secret. You think it's a secret?
So it was Fala's plot.
It is not a secret that Fala was deeply involved into the removal of Funati Kofa.
Why does Fala hate Funati to that extent?
Well, it is best known to him. He will come here and say it one day. But we believe that people like Funati Kofa.
But do you think he hates Funati?
Well, it is. Maybe I may not consider. I may not consider a hate, but I believe that he has a vendetta against Funati Kofa.
Why?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Did Funati take something that belongs to him in the CDC?
The only thing Funati has done to the CDC is to add value to the CDC. That's the only thing Funati has done to the CDC.
Has he added more value than Fala did?
Funati has added value to the CDC.
And what Fala did?
Well, I believe in this dispensation, Funati has added value to the CDC.
Do you
so the boy,
Fala?
Nah,
as a party.
Trust me.
The guy from District Number 5 who lead and other lines of party faithful.
Well,
the HQ has gone.
I voted for Thomas Fala. Okay. I voted for Sir Joseph. I did not vote for the both of them because I believe that he's Fala or Sir Joseph. I believe that because they were bearing the emblems of the party.
Do you think everybody who voted for them will hold that same view?
Of course.
Or they are going to go along with it?
They will go. Fala will go with his family. Sir Joseph will go with his family.
No, we're talking about going with CDC partisans.
No, Abu. The CDC, look, Geraldine Doe Sheriff.
Fala is asking that they made the CDC. They were the backbone of the CDC.
It was Joshua that made the CDC. The only way the CDC, you can say the CDC will vanquish from the authority, the political scene of our country if there's no more Joshua. And aside from him, the way the CDC has transitioned to the will of the people, you have a leader that has been grown within the party. They have young people, exuberant young people that have been grown within the party.
Okay, Kalasco, time is fast spent. So lastly, let's close up on this. We will return in 2029. You said, and you told the crowd in Mangibi to remain watchful for 2029 and express confidence that former President George Weah will return to the national leadership. Is this statement based on pooling data or CDC internal strategy that gives you the confidence that George Weah will come back in 2029, or is it just a personal belief?
It's not personal belief, Abu. There are a lot of surveys that have been done.
Okay.
We have brought in people in country. There are a lot of surveys that have been done in the country. Now 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 times.
So you, CDC, just don't say this from the blue.
No, it's not just from the blue. We have data to prove what we are saying.
Okay.
And George Weah, from the look of things, we may not even go to the second round of elections come 2029.
That's a belief.
That's not only a belief. It is established through scientific definition.
But this is too early.
Look,
anything could change.
Oh,
The regime could start to do the right thing.
the only thing that will change right now is the Unity Party that will be changed from the authority of the country. Because the people have seen through the Unity Party. They have seen what the Unity Party, the true definition of the Unity Party is. They have seen that. So they believe that this party that have used the people will not have the authority.
So Joshua is coming back.
Joshua is coming back 2020. I can say about confidently, and I'm glad this is on record. Confidently. I listened to Darius Dillon, and it was very comical to me. When Dillon said, we that you know how to use power. And Dillon quick to forget. And that's the problem I'm having with him. I've always said that to him. He quick to forget. The Guinea-Bissau president, as a matter of fact, Joseph Yuma Boakai was a sitting vice president when Joshua contested against him. We have 17 senators or more that endorsed Joseph Yuma Boakai to be the president of the country. They were whipped massively. Guinea-Bissau, he had all of the authority. He had the military, the police. He had all of them behind him. When the people got ready, say it's time for you to go. There are other things that we can mention there, Abu. So for Dillon to be carried away because of the luxury that he's enjoying today.
You think he was carried away?
He's carried away. He was not. He's carried away. But the luxury he's enjoying today and say they know how to use power. Abu.
They have Gregory to execute.
Look, no police can thwart the way of the people. No military can thwart the way of the people. Nobody, Abu. Joseph Yuma Boakai as the president can never thwart the way of the people. The same way after elections, when Joshua called Joseph Yuma Boakai and said, congratulations, we will expect a similar telephone call from Joseph Yuma Boakai in 2029.
You sure he will make it?
If he don't make it, it is up to him. But the record will show that Joseph Yuma Boakai is defeated or was defeated as the president.
And what will the CDC do? What capacity do you have to do anything if Mr. President chooses not to concede like Joshua did?
Well, it is not with him to choose. It is with the people to make that decision. Elections, it's not, we're not in proportional representation.
He has just tested about putting his friend in the partisan, like your party has claimed, as head of the electoral commission. You're doing nothing about that. So he's gradually.
Even Joseph Yuma Boakai himself come and be election commission chairperson. They can never tamper with the elections result. Okay. I can assure you.
Kalasco, 7 more minutes to go. Let's take call 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104 are the numbers to call for those of you in the diaspora. Let's hear your reaction to Sekou Kalasco Damaru. He has been here. The folks in Mangibi, you can also put in your calls. Let's hear you. If you're a Unity Party government official and you want to say a thing or two, you can obviously call and we'll pick your call. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you very much. I did a discussion of what market is negative for customers and the problem of continuing agreement for chocolate. I want to ask Mr. Kalasco what are some of the things I want some of the work coming back into theory. They don't have to follow traditional behavior to training. No, what percent of people that left the way to Unity Party that made Unity Party they are not discouraged.
Okay, they're not discouraged. Good morning. Morning, quickly, 30 seconds.
I understand the Muhammad and I call for that portfolio with that community in the middle of the crusade and for justice. I said I want to commend again. Oh, they both thank you very much for the job that you are doing. You know, the Unity Party guys are living in utopia. The world now is digital.
All right, thank you very much. They're living in utopia fast. Our time is running out. Good morning. Good morning on the diaspora.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, alongside Mr. Kalasco.
Good morning.
This is Bradley, calling from Charlotte, North Carolina. Bradley, John. I just want to say one thing. There's a big difference comparing quote unquote senator, you know, with Mr. Kalasco.
Okay.
But the reason why you see they're not talking anymore, you know, that you will not win election by talking plenty and telling the people this and that. Love is by action. So no more talking about it. Yeah, love is by action.
Okay.
You can tell anybody. Yeah, so that's the differences.
Thank you very much. So that means you got to take action. Know about it, not something. Yes, by talking. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead. I'll take 4 more calls.
First, I want to tell Kalasco good morning. Thank you for the work that you did in Nigeria. We have to stand up sedition. We have to make sure that this country will rule this country. And nobody will try and intimidate our government. And as a sedition also, we should do what we can do with that our leader.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, let's take on line 2. Good morning.
I've been rushing my color themselves.
Morning.
Yeah, but I will watching the percentage or the color for my man.
Go ahead.
Yeah, anyway, no problem. For the nation, I'm focused. Robert, not only good money for unknown destinations. And let me say a big thank you and a big money to the representatives of the good people of Magibik. The John Magibik party, what the girl has done. It's completely instead. The breeder, Kalasco constructed. When you listen to the history, people are down and not preach.
Hold on, Aaron. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay.
Yeah, I tell you, when you go Magibik, what the girl has done there, they go preach it dead. Now people think they make to be a safe, to be a rescue of the country.
So you joined the Magibik people to ask Kalasco to contest, right? I said you joining your voice to them to say Kalasco should contest.
I joined them to
Okay, thank you very much. The message he joined to say you represented already. Thank you, Poga Rabo. Good morning, Aaron Kofa.
Good morning, Abu. Let me say good morning to my big brother, Sekou Kalasco. Abu, the focus point is on the 2029 elections. And let me say this, with regards to the long statement and all of that. You see, Abu, some of us who believe in statistics understand that the 2029 elections, whenever you conduct a survey, I want you, in your own community, just conduct preliminary. If you understand statistics, just do preliminary in your community. Most of the people who used to talk the Baka thing at centers and T-shirt, if you ask them, most of them even denying that they voted for Baka.
Okay.
You can't even find people who voted for Baka in the communities now. Everybody denied.
Well, what about in the Texas? But anyway, you get master's card. So you're not right. Does it? I'm
driving a master's car. I'm not right. So, Abu, another thing you should look at too. Another force that supported the Baka 2023 elections are these motorcyclists. Right now, if you come to Parliament, if you ask any motorcycle about Richard Kuhn and United Party, they will want to insult them because they not dress them back. They're not only going into now, but they already dress them back. They're not even reaching the Parliament, the guys are angry. People register their back.
They come back is inevitable.
Yeah, they can't even reach to the junctions before they will reach Inter. So you make people have an insurance or insurance company that don't benefit them. Register their motorcycles, register their ticket, and then you don't give them access to pathways in terms of general resources. So, Abu, all of these local things, the demolition of homes in town,
all of these things can increase numbers, and all of these things factors in statistics that no, this Waka, exclude bad governance, exclude corruption. You know, the corruption, the bad governance is being understood by some of us who believe to be the elite, and some of you who believe to be the educated. But the actual issues are people not having access to the ways they used to make money. The economy is bad, agree, and then motorcyclists are not making the money they used to make before.
Okay.
You're breaking our people's homes down and all of that.
All right, Aaron, thank you very much. Thank you, Aaron. Let me take somebody. I hope it's a female. Good morning. Oh, okay. Good morning. Go ahead.
Okay, this is Rawa Louis, I'm from Greg in McCarthy.
Yeah, Lawrence will be about 5 minutes. Go ahead.
Okay, let me say good morning to our circle.
Good morning.
I think with what Siku said, I was something I pick up from him. I think we all have to live with it. To be honest. And this is the reason why I wholeheartedly support Mr. Weir. Because he is part of us and we are with him. Where he came from, the Siku explained. Some of us who are being in the corner and listen to Mr. Weir's story. And that's how we live it today. Why cannot be part? And to be honest, if you don't know to be honest and live as an honest person, people you don't know from nowhere, they give to you, they serve you. I want to say thank you, Sekou, for your work.
Okay.
God bless Mr. We are saying live also we can join in this country. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning. Second to the last caller.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I'm Samuel Dennis, aka I'm showing you up from Flower Time and every time, Black One. Good morning to my team. See you there. You fellow, Sekou, Kalasco, Babu,
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
2020, you know what the people do it now? So we will for our own visa because the election commission will for our visa.
But what do you get? We don't know who you
The masses will have their own reserve.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, thank you to Kalasco.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you all. For me, you see, some of you are trying, but generally the party is not trying because the United Party is them years, 1 to 3 years.
You said the party is not trying. In what sense you mean?
Mostly they are being intellectual opposition. We have to act it, we have to see leaders. So the people want to move. People are seeing, you know the way United Party organize themselves.
No, but United Party operated in a rebel style. So you want CDC to do that? CDC is not professional and democratic.
We are not. I will give you the chance now. We are not saying that we should be radicalized or we should be
we saw the United Party burning tires even on embassies, blocking roads, and doing all kinds of things. Is that what you want to say?
So that's what I'm insinuating. What I'm saying is we need leaders to spearhead the cause of the people. CDC is the biggest voice right now for the Liberian people. Take it or leave it. They have their own issues, but right now the Liberian people are looking up to the CDC. And
okay.
The story when we see our leaders, people who
So do you agree that President John Weir is coming back to now? Do you agree with Kalasco?
I believe 100%.
Okay, thank you very much, Kalasco. Listen to the callers. We have to go. How do you respond to these concerns?
I hope we have additional. We just sit here and just talk about this activity whole day. But to be honest, Abu, it's a pleasure being on the platform. And I know there are tons of people who wants to call right now.
All the phones are ringing.
Yeah, they can't get through. But this is going forward. Abu. We, like I said, we have done a lot of survey in the country, right? And we believe that going forward, we need not to sit back anymore. There are steps that we are going to be taking, in collaboration with the party, that we resonate deeply with the partisans. Okay. And we believe that, the Unity Party has failed massively. And all they're doing right now is to scapegoat. And those scapegoat tactic will not work anymore because when people elect you, they elect you on the basis of you transforming their life. They don't elect you because they want one woman to be paying 10 million out of home in his hometown, to be building on a ground horse to his place.
That is news, you know.
Yes, I know. And Abu, this is not something that I mean. I got people that are working there. Currently, Abu, that building did not just start this year. It started way at the beginning of last year. They got 2-story of that building down. 2-story of it down. I know what they believe that that Noah at the building where the water will come. Yeah, the water will come. But again, why should you build on the ground in Liberia right now? Why are you building on the ground? So it's unfortunate that our resources today is being used for people, private life. While bulk of the people, businesses, Liberian businesses today are closing because they can't afford any longer to continue with the hard taxes, with everything, different taxes every day, to the extent where they have to be taxing Kobo shop, they have barber saloon, to the extent where they are taxing everybody. Motorcyclists, like Aaron said, when you took money from people and say, okay, you come register, that kind of BM star of governance, they did that to the people. The transport ministry today is a victim of that BM star, where people went and took money from concession people and mortgaged the country to a group of people. All of this are going on, Abu. So overall, Abu, my people will hear from me soon, and I can assure you, Abu, when that is happening, you will know that yes, Kalasco and the CDC, they have accepted that this may represent them. We don't want to be representation because we want to enrich ourselves. We don't want to be representation because we want to build home or want to rock car, like I said initially. We want to be a representation that would adequately represent our people in all aspects of life. Okay. So I want to say thank you so much for giving me the opportunity, Abu. And going forward, we will not allow a year again to pass before we come. We're going to be, based on all of the survey that we have conducted, we're going to be here always to inform our people on the unfolding and to give authority.
Well, thank you very much. His name is Siku Kalasco Damaro, and of course, he's been our guest on the Freedom Money Rise on Freedom 87.9. Folks, this is how we like to bring the curtains down on today's presentation. My name is Abu Sharif. Until we see you Monday, do have to say a wonderful time. Bye-bye.
What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. You freedom fighter, you live in our women. They are freedom fighters.